Hey guys, J-Man here. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about New Mutants. So this past weekend, I was like, let's catch up on some old school stuff, and I picked up the Epic collection on digital for the New Mutants. I've been really getting into New Mutants a lot. I was never into them when I was younger. I thought it seemed boring, and that's my honest opinion. We're talking like, young me. My favorite guys were like Wolverine, Punisher, stuff like that. And if there wasn't like action going on or fighting big villains, then I didn't care. I really got back into it with X-Force with Rob Liefeld, and that's a whole nother video that we can discuss at another time. I do like Rob Liefeld because I started with that, at least with X-Force and New Mutants and that kind of a thing. And I've been slowly going back. I got New Mutants #1, and this is New Mutants, but this is Dead Souls signed. But I've been going back, and if you've been following some of my other videos, you'll notice, or you'll know that I've been going back and collecting as many New Mutants comics as I can. These are upside down. So I've gone through these in other videos, right? And I even reviewed this one on its own. Really liked this issue a lot. Danny is really an awesome character. I also really like Cannonball, and obviously Magic, who's right there. Right there. She's awesome. Okay, so this Epic collection gives you a lot. It is epic. So first one, it was Marvel team up with Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four, and Karma appears in this one, and she was great. This was a great story. It's like her versus her brother. So Karma can possess people, so can her brother. Her evil uncle, I think, wants to use their powers for bad. She's like, F that, I'm not doing it. Her and her brother fight. She ends up possessing Spider-Man in order to help rescue some children who are, where are they? It's like there's some children there, right? They come into battle with Fantastic Four, and that's sort of the issue. This is a great introduction to Karma, who, obviously anybody in the New Mutants, the current New Mutants, the Dawn of X New Mutants, I've loved all of those issues pretty much. They're all great. Karma really stood out big time, obviously, in this issue because it was, it was her story. So great introduction to that character. I think that's her first appearance ever. I'm going to look into getting that, and I think I'm going to try to look into getting as many New Mutants comics as I can. I will not be getting New Mutants 98, of course, the first appearance of Deadpool, who you may have heard of. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to spend thousands on that. Deadpool has really awesome movies in the comics. He's an okay character, but never was dying over Deadpool. I do feel that he's slightly overrated. I love the movies, though. The movies are very fun, probably mostly because of Ryan Reynolds and the violence. All right. New Mutants graphic novel. This is the first appearance of everybody else. So we got Sunspot. We got Psyche, who later becomes Mirage. Danny Moonstar. She's awesome. Love her. Cannonball. Who else is in there? Wolfsbane. And who am I missing? And Karma, right? So Karma we already know from the previous one. This was the first time I had read New Mutants, the graphic novel, or this is Marvel graphic novel number 4, which is the New Mutants. This was damn good. Like really good. If you need to start somewhere, just read this, or read the Marvel Team Up 100, because Karma's story is really cool. They give a recap of it anyways, but I suggest reading it. So it starts off here with Mara McTaggart finding Wolfsbane, Ronnie. So this was really nice. I really like the art in this too. I don't have the physical of this, but it's already in my cart on eBay. So as soon as my credit card bill gets, reset, I'm going to get this for sure. I'm really excited to start my New Mutants collection, at least to add on to what I have here. And obviously everything for Dawn of X, got all that stuff. Okay, cool. I really like the art. I really like the feel of this whole damn thing. I don't know how thick it is or what it looks like. I'm guessing it's I don't know if it might look like a little bit, it's probably a thicker comic, right? So I'm not sure exactly what it looks like in real life. So I'll see that. But it gives you a brief origin of all of the guys, Sam, Roberto. And I really liked everyone's origin in this, or like, I don't know. The New Mutants movie, Steve and I reviewed that, and it's an okay movie. You watch it, you're like, that was okay, but I really feel they should have gone almost this exact. They should have just done this, because there's guys that they fight in there as well. This whole stuff with Danny, who I just love. I'm just like dying over Danny Moonstar. She's so wicked. I might get some ink, but yeah. So this whole thing with her grandfather and like her powers manifesting themselves and everything, wicked. And then here's this asshole character from the Hellfire Club. Even the Hellfire Club doesn't like him. I forgot his name now. Pierce, I think. Pierce, yes. So like, look at this. This is really cool. The art here is like damn awesome, man. So Professor X gets them all. This is basically the X-Men story, right? He acquires all of them. He's going to teach them to use their powers and control them. He doesn't want to make them the new X-Men. He just wants them to help them and control their powers. So I liked the way that this was all done. I suppose for the movie they couldn't get either of the McAvoy or Stewart to be Professor X, so they went a different route and had it be in a mental institution. But they didn't have Karma, and they got rid of Karma and they put Magic in, which, I mean, I love Magic. And Anya Taylor-Joy, I think that's the actress. She was friggin' awesome. Like, she's awesome. She's an awesome actress, but like, she was great. But I really liked everybody in New Mutants. The actors were all great. I wish they would have gone with this more, because I almost feel that this is just more unique anyways. But yeah, this was like really, really damn good. Look at these guys, these robot guys and stuff that are in it. Like, I mean, there's a lot of cool shit in here that they could have easily put in a movie. So I really like this a lot. I highly recommend like getting this and reading. If you don't want to spend, it's not that much to buy the real one, but if you want the digital, just get it. Like, I bought the digital. I think that's fine. Really good story here. I like how they show everyone's powers. Like, just everything turned out really great. And at the very end, you get to have them in their New Mutants costume. And actually, Danny, she alters hers and adds a little bit of the native flair to it, which is really cool. And she says, "Look, I'm never gonna, shed my, my native status or whatever. I'm not gonna hide who I am." So I like that. This is one of these ones where this probably would have done better. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of talk now about having, diversity and all that. I don't want to get into that per se, but this book already had all of that. And these characters were actually really good characters, and they were diverse. So they managed to, and I never thought of that while reading this, to be honest with you. I just read it now in this time where everyone's talking about these buzzwords or whatever. I never thought of that while reading this. It was only when I was thinking about doing a review, and I read this a few days ago, and I was going to not do a review because this is an old comic and it doesn't matter that much, I suppose. But I liked it so much that I wanted to address it. And only when I started to think about doing a review and thought, well, what am I going to say about this? And then I started thinking like, oh my God, this is so diverse, the cast. And I was like, well, I didn't even think of that. You know what I mean? And this is done back, I don't even know when this came out, right? Like, so, I mean, yeah, it was awesome. And I did read New Mutants #1, which I do own, which I'm not going to take out of the top loader. But this was great too. It starts out real simple. They're just fixing up Karma's hair. New Mutants, it's like it's just them hanging out. So you really get a feel for the characters. There's not much action, so I can definitely understand my younger self not really getting into this. Because, when you're looking at X-Men or you're looking at Avengers or you're looking at Punisher or whatever, like, I loved War Journal. That was like my favorite comic. Yeah, like, and Wolverine and War Journal, like, those were my two go-tos. It's like, this was not going to hold up to that, but actually it's really good because of the characters. And obviously the writing is great by Chris. Okay. So, yeah, this one, it's just Danger Room stuff. Learning how to use their powers. They could have maybe even combined this with the first story to make one movie out of it. that's pretty much it. But it does show how they use their powers, and it shows them in an interesting way, and I like the way they did it. So again, the action just comes from the human drama where, Mirage, she's called Psyche here. Danny manifests some stuff from Karma, which is very, off-putting to her and offensive, and she gets very upset. So there's a lot of like drama that way, and I think that works for the New Mutants. So it's a more dramatic approach rather than an action approach, which could have easily be done in a movie, and it wouldn't. I don't think the budget would have been that much more than it would have been more than the budget they had for the movie that they did shoot, obviously, but I don't think it would have been that bad. So basically, somebody switches off the danger room, like safety protocols, and then that's how that ends. So I haven't read New Mutants #2, so that's New Mutants #2. It's teasing the Sentinels. Ooh, Sentinels. So yeah, that's it. This isn't like a big formal review or anything, but I just wanted to share my thoughts on New Mutants. I really liked it a lot. I was very excited to read it, and I've been reading these loose ones that I've gotten. I've read this one. I've read a few of these out of order. So this one's number 23, and I'm just going to start number 3. So I'm going to probably pause on these until I catch up, and then I'm going to start trying to get them all physical if I can. It's a little tough because, there's no shops, there's no comic shows on right now. But next time they're on, I'm going to be in there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.